You ever see a guitar and just go, oh? No thanks, I don't want to play that. Or something along those lines, yeah, me too. But what if I told you you're wrong? And that hideous, despicable, deplorable, beaten up, not even pawn shop worthy guitar you scoffed at might actually be your favorite new tone machine. I feel bad besmirching this guitar. It was only used as a prop. No guitars were offended in the making of this video. This is actually a gift from my buddy Jared James Nichols. See? It hangs with love in my studio. But you get the point. Today we're gonna go over 5 guitars, different brands, different types of guitars, or a perception type, as in an import. The point is, not all guitars are created equal, and some of them get a bad rep. And for good reason, occasionally, but occasionally not. These are 5 guitars that you think suck, and they're actually awesome. And if you disagree with me, then you're probably a telly player who never touches their tone knob. We'll start with this little guitar here. You've seen them. The guitar in the pawn shop window, missing a knob, rusty pickup, the logo's rubbed off. No identifying features or anything that makes it look or feel special. And yet... People hate weird old guitars because they look cheap, feel strange, and half the time you're not sure if it's actually safe to plug them in. But that's the point. These guitars have character. They've been places. They've seen things. They're an old friend to you if you let them be. Jack White basically built an empire of tone around garage sale guitars. He once played a Montgomery Ward Airline made out of plastic and fire hazards.
My main guitar that I played live for like 10 years in the White Stripes. It's a hollow piece of plastic. And
it sounded amazing. Why? Because the imperfections are the sound. That's the sweet spot. That's the only place this guitar works. But when it does, man. The next type of guitar you think sucks, but it's actually awesome. Any guitar that's not made out of wood. This is made out of glass. Now sure, you might think a guitar made out of glass or aluminum in the case behind me or something else is really weird. I suppose the argument is that these guitars don't feel natural. You don't feel a human connection to them. I mean, I will say this is pretty heavy. I think it weighs 14 pounds. Not very practical. It does feel like I'm playing a kitchen appliance every now and then. However, cold to the touch. That's the one thing I like about odd materials on guitars. Whether it's something extravagant like a glass guitar, this is custom built for me. I didn't go out and buy this, but I did build this one. I call it the Silver Surf guitar. I found this Squier in Guitar Center and bought this guitar neck and bolted it on. And it's just a really cool, interesting guitar. It never goes out of tune. Same thing with the glass guitar. Odd materials generally serve a purpose beyond, which ultimately serves your tone. Up next on our list, import guitars. Ah yes, the word import has a certain taste to it, doesn't it? What does it mean to you? Is it a positive or negative or sweet or sour? Something your uncle tells you to avoid on Facebook Marketplace because you only want something that's made in the USA. Of course, there are many bad imports, probably more bad ones than good ones, but as we know, diamonds in the rough can always be found, including this guitar. It's a Danelectro the 84. That's literally the name, the 84. And this is actually a guitar that's hard to find. I think it's going to gain value and esteem as I play it and many others after me play. No, I'm just kidding. But I have played this guitar with some very awesome guitar players and I just can rely on it. It's definitely my least expensive guitar that I own, but I find myself coming back to it and I think that's the point of breaking perceptions of certain guitars. And a guitar like this also has history. Sometimes import guitars can contain notoriety from our favorite rock gods of the past. Jimmy, for example, famously played Danelectro on Kashmir, and Stevie Ray Vaughan, this is sort of his MO. Lipstick pickups in 1984, that's where this inspiration comes from. Tools for guitar players over the years, and thus became something to seek out and for companies to emulate in their later models. So that's what this guitar does. It just happens to be awesome. Get this one out of the way. If you're a die-hard electric guitar player, you may have no use for an acoustic guitar. You may go as far as to think that these things are pointless and they suck. No tone knob, no delay, no distortion, just wood and feelings. Ugh. Electric guitar players may treat acoustic guitar players how dentists treat candy. Disgusted but fascinated. But here's the thing, if you can sound good on an acoustic guitar, you'll sound amazing on an electric guitar. This has been proven by Tommy Emmanuel. Have you ever heard him play acoustic guitar? Have you ever heard him play electric guitar? Acoustic instruments reveal everything. Your timing, your dynamics, your touch, your tone, your feel, all those immeasurables, the intangible parts of your musicianship, I think come out on an acoustic guitar. So why not pick one up if you're an electric guitar player? I mean, they do make ones that plug in. I guess acoustic is okay in my book, even if I do have to plug it in for my own comfort. Last but not least, the guitar you think sucks, but it's actually awesome. BC Rich guitars. This 1984 Warlock is a prime example of why BC Rich... I'm just kidding. This is obviously a great specimen in a run of otherwise mainly terrible guitars that happened for BC Rich throughout a period of their existence. To be the most judged, the most mocked, the most overly pointy brand in guitar history, there has to be something good about it, right? Of course, if you've seen my BC Rich video where I unboxed this guitar, it actually came in 2 pieces. I recommend watching it, it's pretty fun, but I'm not going to make a case for BC Rich in particular, but pointy guitars, odd-shaped guitars, guitars that make you, what, Let me just explain something about a pointed, very attention to detail oriented body of a guitar. This guitar is made by somebody who clearly loves the guitar and the art of creating a guitar, so why would you ever think that they could steer you wrong? Dazzle guitar is inspired by a Les Paul shape or a Telecaster shape, and well, this inspiration, use your imagination. I love guitars and I love all shapes and sizes, so you should too. I highly recommend it. It's even better when they sound incredible. This guitar's amazing. So the next time you see a weird guitar or a pointy guitar or a glass guitar, pick it up, plug it in, play it. It could be the guitar of your dreams. And of course, a traditional take on this video could have been what brands people perceive to be bad, but they're actually good. I feel like other than BC Rich, a lot of brands are considered either bad because they're bad or good because they're good. I don't think there's ones that seem good but aren't, and brands that aren't good but are. Really, unless you can comment and change my mind, I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and check out Guitar Super System if you're interested. I just put a bunch of great new updates in those curriculums, so thanks again for your support, and until next time, keep shredding.
If you enjoyed this Guitar Gear-centric content, you may be interested to know that in Guitar Super System, my learning platform for guitar players, you can find the Guitar Gear Guide, where you can learn the nuances of your guitar tone from the ground up and how effects and amps fit in. Sign up at guitarsupersystem.com or in any of the major app stores.